the stories were just amazing, and I loved them so much, and I was excited. And I said, oh, next year I'm going to share my money story. And then today I was like, what were you thinking? So please forgive me for my nervousness, but that's it. So my money story, there's definitely some financial things in it for sure, but it's also about educating yourself and also breaking cycles. And I did a lot of observing when I was younger to learn different things about money. And I also have made plenty of money mistakes. I didn't detail those all in my money story, but I have made some mistakes. But my money story starts when I was very young, because there was always a lack of money in my household and my family until I was probably 15 or 16. But I grew up in a very small town, and my mom was a single mom with 4 kids, but at the time she was 25. So she had a child at 16, 17, 21, and 25. And her husband left the state, never provided child support or anything like that at all. And my mom was not educated either. And so she worked in a local factory in this small town, and we just survived from family help, but also, we had help with food stamps and housing and electricity and those types of things. So it was just a real struggle for us when we were growing up. And we had to move often because we would think, okay, we're going to move into this house. That was a terribly rundown house. We're going to move into this house and we're going to be able to afford it, and then we couldn't afford it. And so we moved from house to house, we moved from school to school, and it was just, we would try to go stay with family, but who really can handle 4 more kids when they have their own children? So I really don't blame them. So one of the main stories that I remember when I was a small child is that when I was about 8 years old, I'm sure that I was the most annoying sister to my older sisters, because I would come home from school and I would say, we're going to play grocery store. And so I would go to my mom's purse and I would get out all the pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. She would never let me have a dollar bill, because if I lost it, that could have meant gas money, that could have been, that just wasn't going to work. And so then I would get into our pots and pans and I would get this muffin pan out. And I would divide my money up, so the pennies were $1 and so on, so forth and so on. And some of you guys might not remember this, but at one point in time, all the items that you bought at the grocery store actually had a sticker on the top of them, and there was no scanner. So some people don't remember that at all, but I would go around the house and I would get everything I could think of, shampoo, whatever we had. And I didn't have a calculator either, so I did piece of paper, pencil. I'd sit there and I would, make my sisters come through my checkout line. Right? And they despised this. And they never made it through more than once, because they couldn't stand that I was sitting there going, okay, here's this, here's this. And the really funny thing now is that I'm a financial planner, so it's just, it's like, okay, now I'm putting people's monies and, investments in these buckets, and it's just like my muffin pan. It is just so much like it. And so I did this all the time, but like I said, it only lasted about 30 minutes. And so, but the other things that I remember in my life too is that when I was about 15, my mom remarried into my stepfather. And I learned more about money from him than I've ever learned from anybody else in my life. I think he probably has an 8th grade education, and he's always done carpentry work his entire life, and he's never made hardly any money, but he doesn't spend money. And so he works really hard, and I always knew that if I needed something, I could go to him and that he would have money. So that was sort of an observation that I made for him that has carried throughout my life. My mom says we're both cheap, but it works. But the other thing that I noticed during that time frame, and I don't want to sound negative, but this is an observation and this is about breaking a cycle as well, is that two of my oldest sisters got pregnant very young. They married men that were alcoholics. They married men that had no jobs, and they married men that had no vehicles. They couldn't drive, anything like this. And they were 4, 5, 6 years older than me, and I just saw them struggle a lot. And I told myself, probably when I was about 16, I said, I'm only going to date a guy that has a car. He has to have a job, and he can't drink a lot. And of course, he shouldn't be drinking if he's 16, but and I went and I put myself on birth control because I was like, I'm not going to repeat this cycle. And that was the time that you could go and do it at the health department without your parents knowing. Because I was just like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to continue this cycle. I don't want that life for me, for myself. So after that, I had another thing going for me because I got good grades. I worked really hard. I got good grades. I got into college. I worked for a professor that drove me insane. But I had the choice to work with him and make $10 an hour, or I had the choice to do work study for $5 an hour. And I just decided, this is my way out. This is my way to just, save as much as I can and to get myself in a better financial situation. So that allowed, but I loaned my way through school. I mean, there was no way I was going to go to college at all without having loans because there was no help from my family. And by that time, I had a 2-parent income, so I didn't qualify for financial aid, which is a very low 2-family income, but I didn't qualify for anything like that. And so again, it was just, I worked hard and I just tried my best to break those cycles. But one of the things that happened recently to me, I've been able to be successful. I've saved money, so I really have broken that cycle. But I decided that last year my life had come full circle. My financial life had come full circle, and I have a 4-year-old daughter now, and we went to Target because she convinced me that she had been really good that day and she deserved a toy. So we went to Target and we're, walking up and down the aisles, and she said, "Oh, Mommy, that's what I want. That's what I want." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I look up on the shelf and this is what I want. So I see this, and of course this is like 1,000 times better than my muffin pan, right? And it has its own calculator, and it scans and it beeps when it scans, right? So I was like, so of course in Target I have a full meltdown, because this is like all I probably wanted in my life, right? And she doesn't get it, and I'm crying, and she's like, "What's wrong, Mommy?" And the reason why it was full circle for me was because I didn't have to make a choice between gas or food or any of those things and I could just buy it. And I shouldn't have really bought it, but anyway. So we go home that night, and she's like, "Mommy, let's play, let's play with this." And so now we sit down and she checks me out, right? So now I'm her customer, and this has a calculator, even though she's 4 and doesn't know how to use it. But, so it's just one of those things where it's like every time we sit down and play this, I just think, I'm so humble to be where I am and to be able to have overcome some of those things in life and really break those cycles. So, thank you.